I was already had a bit of a drama with getting to the car park early this morning at Holdsworth to find when I went to put my gaiters on that they wouldn't fit because I had accidentally grabbed Chloe's gaiters, and she's got definitely smaller feet and legs than me, so that was a bit of a drama. So gaiters for me are really an important part of my kit that I like to take. They protect my legs, keep them warm, keep them dry, stop things falling into my boots. They also give me a bit of safety or security around crashing into bushes, sticks and rocks with my legs. So I actually wear shorts all the time, so that's just one of the things. It was a bit of a no deal for me. I had to jump back in the car, shoot into Masterton, popped into the team at Hunting and Fishing, and they sorted me out with a pair of gaiters. So here we go. I'm back on track. So thanks Masterton Hunting and Fishing for helping out there. Great service. To the top, please. That way. Paywave's not working. Stairs. They just keep going and going and going. Oh boy. Here we go. You have to excuse me, I'm eating a lolly and I'm puffing. This walk is definitely going to be an unsensationalized, honest tramp. What it actually is like for beginners, people who are not fit, and non-experts, I suppose. Just because you have all the gear and go out all the time doesn't mean you're going to be a pro at this stuff or it's going to be easy. So for me, this is tough. I'm puffed, but look at this. This is why I just push through it. Come out, get into it. Hopefully you can see I'm walking up into those clouds. It's gonna be a shouldn't say that word, a beep beep walk in the rain. I've had to take my jacket off when I was down the bottom because it's just getting so hot. Not because of the jacket, just a lot of stairs, a lot of uphill. But I brought extra clothing, so I don't actually mind getting wet. I don't imagine I'm stopping anywhere and going to be cooling off. I'm just going to keep pushing on, other than the needed breaks that I have to take for about a minute to catch my breath. And yeah, upwards and onwards. This is some beautiful forest. I'm coming up to Powell Hut via Mountain, Rocky Lookout and Mountain House, and then up to Powell. And I mean, wow. sometimes being just in places like this is pretty special. I must say as well, the walk's actually pretty good. Much nicer than the other way that Chloe and I went to Powell Hut on our last trip. So highly recommend, if you're coming up for the first time and you want to sort of be as easy and comfortable as you can, this is the better way to go. Doc have done a great job at stoning out the path, putting steps in, and not those annoying steps, you know, that are like 10 meters high for each step. So they're learning. It's good. All right, I'm carrying on. It's getting dark in here. Here we have it, making great time. So maybe on another tramp, going to Totara Flats might be a really good way to go that way, because we tried it a different way and I did not like it. That's looking a lot more appealing. Couple of hours, or 2.3 hours, 2.5 hours that way. Sounds easy for me. We've got about half an hour to Mountain House. I'll stop there. I'm going to have a bit of a break, and then about another hour on to Powell Hut. So from there, so there's a couple of nice chairs here. Great place to have lunch. But we've only been going for about just sort of over an hour and a half, so no need for a break really. It's actually been pretty good, so I'm expecting it to start to ramp up again in height, elevation. So I better get ready for that. All right, we'll see you at Mountain House Shelter. This is the turn-off intersection that Chloe and I did. Going down there. I have to say, this is a much better way. I'm glad they opened the track, finished their work, and opened the track. The other way's cool. Lots of roots, lots of steep uphill. That's a good challenge, you know. Glad to have done it. Will I do it again? Not if I don't have to. Probably part of that whole leisure tramping category that I'm a big fan of, and we're building on. This taking it easy, reducing risk, maximizing comfort and experience, good times, so that you come back and do it again and again and again, and you get better at it and you tackle new things. That's the whole idea of it. All right, almost at Mountain House Shelter, just down here somewhere, where I'm going to be stopping for a little snack. There we go. Toilet down there if you need to go. A few fallen trees and a nice shelter. If you had to, you'd be able to stop here for the night, sleep in there, easy. All right, this is me. Get the pack off, having a bit of a snack. So it's raining. Put a jacket on, and what a jacket. So thankful to Dwight's for providing some great weather gear. Didn't quite realize how dry you could be while wearing a jacket. Amazing. Serious. I don't overheat in it. I am pretty hot though, but I can tell it's actually regulating, you know, able to release my temperature, because I think I'd be a whole lot hotter in here. Good armpit, what do you call them, vents? So that's great. But probably the main feature is keeping me dry. Cuts the wind too. I haven't actually had too much wind, but it's been at the odd patch of where it's opened up and it is quite windy up here, because I'm about, I don't know, 1,000, 1,100 meters up, and that wind is quite cold. If you hadn't guessed it, I'm going uphill. This is the last push to the hut, and it's all uphill. Steps, uphill paths, rutted walkways like this. Not my favourite. Kind of just see it going up there. Not my favourite pastime doing this. But anyway, the goal at the end's worth it, because I do like the camping. What was I going to say? Something. Oh, I was going to mention the goblin forest I'm in. So for anyone who doesn't know, once you get to a certain altitude, wetness and moisture content, you get this amazing effect, moss effect, start growing on all the trees everywhere, right up the whole tree, everywhere. The ground's covered in ferns and moss. And you can see how wet it is, right? The path's becoming a bit of a waterfall, or a slight stream. I mean, look at this. And stairs, yay. Anyway, it's been pretty, I'm trying to navigate this bit. It's been pretty cruisy up until now, so I can't complain. I'm not complaining. I mean, it's a pretty cool opportunity, right? Thing to do. Alright, I'm gonna struggle on myself, and when I bust out into the tops, I might bring you back for a review, eh? Sounds good. Look at this goblin forest. We are out of the tree line into here. You can see how fast the clouds are moving. It is pretty chilly, wet. We're going all the way up there. Can't really see where we're going. That's the path there. Disappearing back into the bush. And then up to the top. I could sit here watching those clouds all day. But I won't. I gotta get going.
Alright. There's not much going on out here. It's cold. This inside, look at that. Pretty luxurious just for me. Good stack of wood. Let's get out of here. It's cold. It's wet. Sorry. Probably super noisy doing that. Alright. Let's get in here. All right, get some water on. So tonight we're having, oh yeah, who makes this? A Real Meals venison casserole. Not quite sure what's in it. I'm pretty sure it's just the venison, just the casserole part. Having these freeze-dried meals is totally unique to me. I don't have them normally. I would take actual food in and cook that, but I'm just going to give that a go really. If we're going to do these sort of longer multi-day trips and wanting to be a little bit lighter weight, these come in pretty handy. So to go with the casserole, the Real Meals casserole, I've got a Real Meals cheesy mash, and the other thing which I'm kind of excited about is a Raro drink, but heated up. So I'm going to put some water, some hot water in my cup, put some of the sachet in there, and have me a nice drink really. Buttery. This one. This one actually tore really nicely. Sometimes that stuff matters. Okay. The trick is, how the heck do you know how much water to pour in and all those sort of things? Thankfully, I don't know, but I know we're going to do 1.5 cups. For this one. One. cool thing is you can come back and add, you can add more later. These gloves would be really handy right now. Things hot. The trick with these is getting a really good stir. Get it all mixed in. You don't want any dry powdery bits. The other thing I've found is don't stir it so vigorously that all the food comes up like way up here, because then when you got your hand there stirring it, it makes such a mess. The other thing I like to do, I scrape down the bottom so I get into the corners, because that's where that's where it all hides, the bits that aren't cooking. I reckon the better you stir it, the better it is. Pretty good. And then what you do, seal that up. Okay, and put that aside into the casserole. Wow, it smells really good. It smells good. Quite saucy. Again, I'm just working the bottom. That's where I reckon all the disaster happens. Giving it a good stir. Put that aside. Made a bit of a mess. Okay, off we go. It's a pretty wet morning. Can't see much. But I can see about 200 meters, which is good. There's no wind here. I can always turn back. Feeling good, so, and I know where I'm going. So off we go. We're heading up there into those clouds. I've left the hut nice and tidy. There's a fair bit of sweeping to do from I'm guessing from the party that was before us. It was a bit of a big group, so that's okay. Gave that a real good sweep out and clean. This is the kind of stuff I got to go through. Had a great sleep last night. The Kiwi Ultralight quilt that Chloe's been using, I grabbed it and had a wee go at it. Have to say, pretty good. I think it is just my attraction to using a quilt at the moment that's
makes them great. So if you're considering using a quilt, I'd highly recommend going and checking them out. Wow, this is a bit of a gnarly track up here. Waterfall Central. This walk's a bit of a climb up till we get to Mount Holdsworth. Ground's slippery. Anyway, what was I talking about? The quilt. Great sleep, nice and warm, comfy. I'm setting it up a little bit different, so I'm going to do a video tonight on how I'm setting it up, and I'll share that with you, because I think I'm using it a little bit different than perhaps ultimately intended, but it's working for me. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to use my eyes and see what I'm doing here, so I'll check in, I'll check back in once I can. We have snow. Whew. It's gotten super chilly, which is a good place for snow. We're still making it all the way, not sure if you can see it, just in the clouds up there. For those that don't know, when you're in an alpine sort of area, you've got marker posts. Rather than the orange dot triangles, they put orange markers up on posts, waratahs, just because when the ground covers in snow, you'll still hopefully see it sticking up. So that's what I'm following, those markers, all the way along. How cool is this, eh? It's kind of sleety snow. When you're a Wellingtonian, anything frozen that falls on the sky is kind of cool. Alright, we are at the top. There's the top. As you can see, it's cold. Down there, intersection sign, so I'm heading that way to Jumbo Hut. starting to get a little bit tougher. Gotta go up, around, and up and over these. What a beautiful country. Yes, it's average weather. It's still pretty cool. You'll see where I've come from. Maybe way up there, past that. Let's see if we can get down here. Alright, I'm going to keep going before I get blown off down there. I'm right on the edge here. Duck down inside this bit of a valley just to get out of the wind. Have a bit of a snack, get some energy. I'll pack off. Have my chocolate bar, my treat for the day. It's frozen. It is cold up here. Don't even see the rain and the clouds just blasting through. I've just been stomping through a bunch of swamp. Everything's muddy. Alright. Finish this. And we're on again. Probably about an hour and a half. About 30 minutes to Jumbo, the mountain. It's just up there, I'm pretty sure. So I've got to get up there, and then about another hour to the hut from there. Basically downhill. So pushing on, getting it done.
We're having Tom Kha Gai. Okay, close that up. Oh, wow, it smells good. It's got carrots. The rice looks really good. Doesn't actually matter, so let's just put it in here. Oh, that's a lot of food. I look forward to this, but I'm going to eat over on the dining table. Look at that, guys. Steamy, hot. What a day. This will be great with a roti. Heat that up over the fire. I'll remember that for next time. And you can see, look at all the goodies in there. It's been a good day. Glad to be in bed. Got a little bit of work to do on my phone, but I'm thinking I might actually just go to sleep and do it in the morning. I'm listening to the weather outside. It's sleeting at the moment, so hopefully that turns to snow. It'll be quite cool waking up in the morning with a bit of a blanket of white snow or something a bit different outside. I've got about an hour walk downhill, or maybe hour and a half. It's a bit of a steep climb down because it's just straight down vertical, there's no zigzags. We're just going straight down, and then about, probably go pretty quick. I'll be able to move pretty quick tomorrow morning, so maybe an hour and a half to get out, back to the car park. So looking forward to that. Be good to jump in the car, tick this trip off. But yeah, you probably can't hear it on the camera, but I can hear everything hitting the roof of the hut. I went out earlier and had a look. It's just quite cool watching it. You know, snow just, it's so light, so it just sort of wisps around all over the place. But yeah, all right. Well, I am gonna keep asleep. Loving this quilt. I'm borrowing it off Chloe. It's the Kiwi Ultralight custom quilt that she's got. So this is rated to comfort level -5, which is perfect for her. She feels the cold. It's definitely warm. Very comfy. So
Yeah, a lot of people might not know, but you know, one of the advantages is you can just get in and out. You know, no zip, really easy. It just sits nicely under here, down the side of your sleep pad, or in this case a hut mat. And it doesn't let any cold air in or hot air out. It just sort of falls down there and sits there. There's a strap holding it in place further down, so you can't zip just yet. So it won't ever fall off. But you can really, you know, you can really snuggle down into it. So, you know, you can sort of cozy on in, just like you would at home, I think. Just out of your shot is the fire. I'm just watching that die down. It's almost out now. It's warmed up the hut, which is great. Almost, it's never too warm, right? But it's certainly nice and warm. I see there's been a bit of conversation about what people wear to bed. I've always worn just a real lightweight pair of shorts and a quick dry sort of t-shirt. Nothing more than that. Sometimes I wear socks, sometimes I won't. I've got socks on tonight because the floor here is, I don't know, a bit average, so I don't really want to walk around on in bare feet. But in my camp, I find less is more, so it allows my body heat to warm up the inside of either the sleeping bag or in this case the quilt, and warm the space that I'm in. There is the other camp that if you wear thermals, especially merino, like really good breathable material products, then that will allow that heat to still dissipate out a bit while locking it into you as well. So I don't think there's a right and wrong. You'll have to find that out for yourself. Chloe tried my method last weekend, and I think she found that to work really well. So it might be a bit of a change. I think it's a bit of a mindset to think to reduce clothing when you go to bed than increase it, especially on those really cold nights. Can be a little unusual getting into bed when it is really cold, but once you're in there and your body's warming up the sleeping bag or quilt or whatever it is that you're using, then it's great. I guess all that is on the basis too that whatever you're using to sleep in, needs to be a good sleeping bag or a good quilt. If you've got an average quilt, an average bag, or an average sleep mat, then probably won't make a big difference of what you wear. Your things keeping you warm probably aren't doing their job. So once you've got that sorted, then you can try some of those things. So for me, shorts and t-shirt, it's really relaxing and comfortable to wear to bed. It allows me great thermal regulation, so if I get too hot, I can easily cool down really quickly. I'm not having to wake up in the middle of the night sort of stripping off layers or anything. The good thing is in the morning when I get up, I've got warm clothes to put on. I can put pants, socks, tops, mid layers. I can even chuck my puffer jacket on, and every single one of those layers makes a big difference in the morning when you've got to get up and out of your nice warm bed. So I prefer that than sort of waking up, having all my clothes on and having to get up in the cold, and there's not a lot of extra stuff you can add to keep you warm. So that's just what I do. Some people seem to be a bit more interested in that lately, so maybe give it a try. If you've got a good sleeping bag or a good quilt and a good mat, then give it a go. It's good. All right, I'm off to sleep. Good night. got the fire going. I'm heading outside. Let's go check it out. Oh yeah. It's frosty. No water. Frozen. Leaving the hut. It's frozen. That was in the bottom of my pack cover, which I left on the hook. There we go. How cool is this? A true winter wonderland. All right. Time to head down. I've stopped here to film a little bit for you. This is a slip heading from Holdsworth car park, Mount Holdsworth car park, to Arapakatu hut. So the whole walk is quite an easy walk, but this is just one area that people may struggle with. So I'll walk you over it in the video so you can see what it's like. So you can see here there's just little obstacles to navigate, and the best way to do that is get a good footing, one foot after the next, and then up and around this section, pretty easy. Follow the path. Now this one is the same, you just got to watch where you're putting your feet. Here, we've got a little stream, a little trickle to navigate. So again, we're coming down here, so we're checking our feet. We're looking for a good, sturdy, flat place to land our first foot. Then we're going to find another one, and then up and out. From here it gets a lot easier. It's just walking along this narrower path and ensuring you don't slip obviously down the edge. Doc have done a great job here, or I could be wrong, there might be a volunteer group, I think it was. I don't know which one, but whoever it is, has done a great job cleaning all this away, clearing the track, opening it up. So this bit here is just watching where you're putting your feet. Last little section, it's a bit slippery, a bit boggy, so again, slow it all down, look where you're putting your feet, hold on to the trees, little steps, and we're pretty much out. Some people may consider this part of it, I'm not sure. To me, this is just part of the normal track now. It's pretty straightforward here. Alright, that's the slip that people seem to talk about. This is kind of a new addition. This area was real swampy and you had to sort of navigate it. Over time, people had sort of built old, using wood, had built sort of bridges, walkways. But it looks like there's now a proper walkway, which is excellent because not too many people will be able to get through there without getting muddy, wet feet. Cool work. Alright, carrying on. The trick with crossing this bridge is you want to stow anything that you've got to carry before you start this walk across the swing bridge, because obviously if you drop it, it can potentially just go through those little holes. It's a great idea if you're not super confident with crossing a bridge like this. The next thing you want to do is hold on both sides. Hold on as much as you can, either here or there's handholds further up, which you probably can't see in my camera, and then walking. Now one step in front of the other. Some pretty stunning scenery down there. Always make sure you take a chance to have a look around. When it's a swing bridge like this where it's one person at a time, just be aware in case people are waiting at the end, waiting for you to finish, so don't spend hours on the bridge holding people up. Otherwise, enjoy the walk across it. just at the end. I like to use these bits here for grip. So I put my boot inside it, making sure it's well gripped. Watch out for any holes like that one, and step out.